Sucking for their fix. Got the final breath and that's so meaningless. Torture remains encased in the mesh. Blood starts to thicken as it etches through your chest. Veins and blood react as the dirt forms as one. Pain from below, comes from above. A closed in a box as your loved ones gather round. Screams of agony lower to the ground.
Night SmackDown, man. I think more people are excited for Worlds Collide than they are for SmackDown. Brock Lesnar's in the house tonight. And if you thought you were getting an explanation for the pro wrestling storyline of him coming back to attack John Cena, you are sadly mistaken. On the flip side, we got some pretty damn good pro wrestling tonight. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes is back. We got Cody Rhodes back for WrestlePalooza. Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Oh, man. Am I going to say nice things about Jade tonight? Sami Zayn and Rey Fenix. Out of all that, what if I told you that The Miz and Carmelo Hayes is still the best story, the most consistent story on Friday Night SmackDown? You would think I'm a lunatic. I'm not. It's the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the beer garden. It was a beautiful 80-degree day in New York City, man. The beer garden's staying open. As long as the weather's nice, it ain't going anywhere. So when I get there and walk through those doors on this Friday night, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night SmackDown Post Show for September 12th, 2025. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Friday evening, wherever you may be. We got a $100 super chat from my guy, Boots. Boots simply says, "What's good, JD?" Oh my God, it's the wrong sound effect. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness!
Oh man.
Oh, JD! AEW is having the best year ever, JD!
Boots! Thank you, brother. $100 super chat, man. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, man. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? SmackDown tonight. Sorry, man. I hit the wrong sound effect. I thought I was going for the crowd cheering. Apparently, I got the AEW sicko slob instead. SmackDown tonight. Norfolk, Virginia. Very good crowd tonight, man. I got to give it up for the fine people of Virginia tonight. Really energetic crowd for Friday Night SmackDown. SmackDown largely has been one of the worst shows of the entire year. I think everybody who watches this on a weekly basis has come to understand that. I think even at this point, WWE understands that. With the lack of effort that they put into SmackDown, they can't be bothered to care about their own B show. Tonight was a show. Tonight was okay. It wasn't a great SmackDown. It wasn't a bad SmackDown. It was an okay SmackDown. It wasn't the worst thing that we've seen. We've obviously seen a lot worse. The flow of the show was really good. Little bit too much commercial in the Sami Zayn and Rey Fenix match, but the flow of the show was really nice tonight. The 2 hours actually flew by on USA Network. You know, I don't like repeating myself, man. Maybe I'm asking for too much. I don't know. I look at things. See, I look at things through a different set of eyes, man. I do. I always would like to know what I'm watching. I don't like to sit there as the viewer, coming up and conjuring up ideas as to why something is happening, why something went this way, why something went that way, why something went sideways, up, down, left, right. As the viewer, I like to know that the people writing and producing the show are taking care of the people who are investing their time watching their product. Coming out of WrestleMania 39, Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar embarked on a 4-month feud We didn't know why this was happening. It took over Monday Night Raw going into SummerSlam. And on that Monday Night Raw following WrestleMania, where Cody lost in the main event to Roman Reigns just one night earlier, teamed with Brock Lesnar against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa in the main event of Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania 39. Lesnar then F5'd Cody Rhodes and left him an absolute disaster in the middle of the ring. Beat the shit out of him. Nobody knew why. We were all like, well, why did Lesnar do that? Why did Lesnar just go savage all over Cody Rhodes? It's got to be a reason. 1 week turns into 2 weeks, turns into 4 weeks, turns into 8 weeks. Before you know it, the feud was over. Ladies and gentlemen, we never got one instance where WWE decided to give us a reason to have Brock Lesnar go out there and explain himself as to why he attacked Cody Rhodes. It was merely because WWE used Brock Lesnar to get Cody Rhodes on the right side of being a good guy and a valiant hero, coming out of a devastating loss to Roman Reigns, where he did not finish his story. I went on social media asking every week, where's the explanation? Why is this happening? I'd love to know why this is happening on my TV screens. This is WWE's job to fill in the gaps and tell the story. You had WWE apologists and WWE elitists, all of the Reddit virgins, the slobs on Reddit, coming out of their caves, exclaiming to me, Brock Lesnar doesn't need an explanation to do whatever he wants to do. He's Lesnar. He does what he wants. It's fantastic, man. That's riveting storytelling right there. Lesnar does what he wants. Got it. Sure, that's going to win an Academy Award at the end of the year. No, it doesn't work that way. I am the viewer. You are the viewer. WWE are the storytellers. If they are not writing stories and not telling you why their stories are actually taking place on their television show, they have failed at their job. I don't want to hear, oh, it's Brock Lesnar. Is Brock Lesnar immune to telling stories? I'm sorry. Bigfoot has a fucking story. Why can't Brock Lesnar get one? Brock Lesnar showed up tonight. This is the second week in a row. I know, it's crazy. Lesnar on TV in 2025, he made 2 appearances. Unbelievable. Lesnar showed up. He already attacked John Cena following SummerSlam. He attacked John Cena last week after his United States Championship match against Sami Zayn. All we needed was legitimately 1 or 2 sentences as to why he attacked John Cena and why he's back now after 2 years of being away. The last time we saw him was at the end of SummerSlam. What year was that? 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 2023. Do you think that WWE gave us an explanation as to why John Cena was attacked by Brock Lesnar? Folks, if the answer from you is no, you win a Starbucks gift card for $25. It's basically what this storyline is worth. Brock Lesnar did not give an explanation. Instead, they had R-Truth run out there and back up John Cena because they don't really have a fucking plan, nor do they care about telling any riveting and captivating stories. They trot Ron Killings out there to basically eat an F5, and on to WrestlePalooza we go. Lesnar at least asked where John Cena was, but you would think Lesnar is a smarter guy than that. He beat the shit out of him last week. Where the fuck do you think he is? At least we got Brock Lesnar F5ing Ron Killings, only to then rip his pants and showcase to the world that he wore blue Hanes underwear and he twerked. And then leaves the ring and tells Stu, the cameraman, hey, Stu, fucking hell, I ripped my pants. That's more emotion into what Lesnar did tonight than we've gotten in at least 1 month of build for this storyline between John Cena and Brock Lesnar. Listen, you might not need an explanation. You might not want an explanation. You just want to see the fucking match. You may not want to see the match because you don't care about the match taking place. We're not getting this match again after September 20th. The very least that they could have done tonight was give us a fucking reason why. What am I watching, bro? What am I watching? I am watching a company that rather sell its fucking soul to have WrestleMania take place in Saudi Arabia in 2027. You physically see, you physically hear WWE and the product that they give us every single week deteriorating right before our very eyes, every Monday, every Friday. And this is just not an isolated incident, folks. This is since the beginning of 2025. I haven't felt a fucking thing about the WWE product since WrestleMania 40. I don't really know what happened. I don't know where all that heart and that passion went into WrestleMania 40. A lot of that had to do with Dwayne Johnson being back. Where is the heart? Where's the soul of this WWE product? Their lifeblood in 2025. They've sold their soul to sponsors and to mega TV deals, terrible partnerships like the one that they announced today, live at 3 p.m. in Las Vegas with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh of Saudi Arabia and the Sports Commission over in Saudi Arabia. The announcement today for WrestleMania signals a bigger problem in WWE than you, me, or anybody else is willing to admit. Some people don't want to admit it. Some people just want to sit there and bite their fucking tongue and not say anything. There are many people in the community that will do that. I will not. I will always let you know how I feel about the product, about the company, about the creative, about specific things we see or don't see on television like we didn't see tonight with Brock Lesnar. The only thing that matters is the money that's coming into their wallets. It's the only thing that matters. I don't know how WWE looks at their own product since WrestleMania 40 and truly believes that they're giving people the best bang for their buck. I don't know how they look at their product compared to where we were only 2 years ago to see all the corporate bullshit that we've been fed this year absolutely killing the fucking product. Nobody's going to say a word. We don't know what Triple H or Nick Khan or anybody else is thinking. They're smiling from ear to ear because of the fucking revenue that WWE is generating. But I could tell you one thing, as a fan, it is absolutely tiresome in every sense of the word. And this is just not a WWE thing. This is an AEW thing. This is a North American professional wrestling thing in 2025. I feel nothing but absolute apathy towards both WWE and AEW, the two biggest pro wrestling promotions in North America. All year have dropped the fucking ball. How does WWE look at the product and say that they're changing the game and they're doing great things? You just had Mark Shapiro, who's one of the suits on the TKO board of directors, come out and basically say that Vince McMahon catered too much to families and that Vince McMahon didn't price the WWE the way that it needed to be priced. He basically said, fuck the kids, fuck the families, and everything that Vince did to generate those people coming to the shows is not the vision. That is TKO. He basically admitted that this product is not for the lower middle class of people who want to come and enjoy the sports of professional wrestling or sports entertainment. This is the people. This is the company. These are the people that you want me to bend over backwards for and sit there and openly glaze and sit there and be excited like a fucking puppet. Oh, man, WWE's coming to Saudi Arabia, man. I can't wait to see Steve Austin and CM Punk. I can't wait to see The Rock at 60 years old wrestling like a fucking seal, clapping his fucking fins. You fucking degenerate. No, I will do no such thing. These people are disgusting. Corporate, big business, fucking suits and ties, greediness. It's all disgusting. WWE has absolutely lost their passion, lost their heart, lost their take the world over mentality. This isn't the same company as Cody Rhodes took this company into WrestleMania 40 trying to finish his story. This company is so fucking far gone from where that was literally a year and a half ago. It is so disappointing. And the fucked up thing is that disappointment runs deep. Because where Triple H let us down, where TKO let us down, they got everybody wishing Vince McMahon was back and that TKO ruined WWE. Believe that? Never thought we'd see the day where people are fucking begging for Vince McMahon to come back. I'm not one of those people. I just think TKO is fucking absolutely dirty, disgusting corporate greed. And one of the most disappointing things about it, and yes, I will make this into an AEW thing because they're just as disappointing as WWE is right now. Tony Khan realistically could have been the man that saved professional wrestling here in the United States. Tony Khan could have been the man we so desperately needed. Not once, but now twice. It was easy to battle Vince McMahon. Anybody was willing to take Tony Khan over Vince McMahon. Look at the product that Vince McMahon was putting out. How could you root against Tony Khan when Vince McMahon was putting out a product that was as soulless as we see now? Tony had 2 opportunities, and he did not win either one of them. He had an opportunity to be the guy that we needed against Vince McMahon, failed. And he absolutely, at the start of this year, had the opportunity to be the man to save whatever is left of North American pro wrestling while TKO is greedy corporate bullshit and that WWE is in bed with all these different fucking sponsors and money and Saudi Arabia and all these terrible partnerships. Tony Khan had an opportunity to be the guy that we needed again against Triple H, and he's failed. 2 times he's now failed. He's failed to deliver a product that we not only needed, but a product that is wanted by pro wrestling fans across the United States. Instead, Tony would rather switch dates for Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor so he could simply attend MJF's wedding on Long Island. He'd rather book $500,000 matches, all-star tag team matches every fucking week like he's booking a fucking E-Fed. He'd rather turn AEW into a fucking vanity project to fucking get his dick hard every single week over great graps and fantasy book Dynamite into a fucking oblivion with no fucking story. He'd rather put his little effort into AEW television than what it really takes to become a successful television show. He's failed. And in the light of WWE making decisions that are not fan-friendly, that have obviously went against what the fans want, what the fans need, Tony Khan could have been that guy. So all in all, Triple H, Tony Khan, WWE, AEW have made this year, 2025, awful for North American pro wrestling fans. Everybody in charge from the top in both companies is greedy. One guy is greedy because he loves the power. Another guy is greedy because the people that are in control of him and his company want all the fucking money that they could muster in because they are $3 billion in debt. And they don't give a fuck about selling the company's greatest intellectual property if it means netting them a cool $1 billion. To go to a place where women are fucking suppressed, people are murdered for what they believe in and how they act, and the way of life that we live here in North America is shunned. That's what you want me to be excited about. Tony's the lesser of two evils, but they both get to the same place. Both he, AEW, and WWE, along with TKO and Triple H. They're both greedy fucks. They only want what they want. They only want what they want. And every single time, every single instance in 2025, they have single-handedly put the fans last. That's the state of pro wrestling in 2025. Can't give me a fucking proper explanation as to why a storyline is taking place on a match that you now made the main event of WrestlePalooza. Fuck everybody that runs this company. If that's the level of care that you put into your own product, how do you expect people to sit there and openly praise everything you're doing? The WWE has absolutely put the fans last. That announcement with WrestleMania today was the straw that realistically broke the camel's back. They not only shit on their own fan base, they shit on the entire industry to take a cool $500 million payday to bring WrestleMania over there for 2 nights. I thought that they would announce one night over there and one night over here. Nope, they're getting a full-blown WrestleMania. Man, I can't wait to watch all the women's performers on both night 1 and night 2 in 2027 wearing full-blown leather outfits, openly suppressing every bit of their character because women aren't accepted over in that society. It's exactly what I want to watch. As people sit on their hands and knees, not appreciating the women's wrestlers and the women's performers because that's not really what they go there for. What a disgusting fucking announcement. We'll talk Brock Lesnar, R-Truth, John Cena, Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre. Cody Rhodes is back. Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton had a better match than they had at SummerSlam tonight. The women's division still sucks, but at least tonight, they gave you a very, very good performance. And Sami Zayn's U.S. Open Challenge, if things are going the way that they did tonight, we may actually have something better than the John Cena United States Open Challenge. Thank you guys for joining me here on this Friday night. Appreciate you very much. Super chats are open. Yes, and for all the people who are claiming, well, you're going to watch anyway, JD. Sure. Yes, let me openly give up the biggest payday of the entire fucking year so I could put food on my family's table. Yes, I will watch. That doesn't mean that because I'm disappointed I don't watch or I don't have to watch. I could sit here and openly critique the product in any which way that I want and showcase my disappointment or lack of disappointment or excitement. Doesn't matter. I can say what I want. It's my fucking show. I'm here to cover the entire sport. Yes, let me not be here for the biggest weekend of the entire fucking year in all of pro wrestling. That doesn't make it any less disappointing. If I didn't watch, it would still be ultimately disappointing. Hopefully YouTube cooperates with me tonight, man. I have been so mentally drained about YouTube. They have really fucked over the creators. Live streams are not processing. They get stuck on, please wait shortly, still processing. TNT was still processing up until this afternoon. Friday! The show concluded on Tuesday. Dynamite just got processed tonight during SmackDown, which means I lost out on ad revenue. I lost out on views. I lost out on literally everything because the fucking videos, the streams, did not get picked up in the algorithm because YouTube wants to have a fucking problem. And then to get through to YouTube, to mention that there's a problem, you get an AI bot who tells you that there's nothing wrong. Oh, there very much is something wrong. You don't think I know my own fucking channel? And the content that I upload? YouTube then, yesterday, acknowledged that there's a problem. Gee, thanks. Maybe if you had human fucking beings working there, this would have been resolved a lot quicker. So hopefully we get a stream that works. Because I had people reaching out to me, JD, the live stream chat wasn't available in the replay. Not my problem. YouTube didn't process the video. JD, I can't download your streams because I'm a YouTube Premium member and I get to download the streams. Not my problem. You couldn't download them because YouTube didn't process them. Keeping my fingers crossed it all works out tonight. Tonight we're sponsored by BetterHelp. Some of you watching this fucking show might need some help, man. Get better with BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/scripts. It's BetterHelp, HELP.com/scripts. You guys are going to sign up using that code, that unique link, and you guys are going to get 1 month free. So please make sure you guys go sign up. We'll talk about them a little bit later on in the show. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. If you guys are in the chat, a couple of ways to support. Number one, super chats. That's the best way. Become a member is another way. So if you guys want to get in on the fun like Boots with that big bomb early, $100 super chat, get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the SmackDown that we got tonight from Virginia. Hit the thumbs up. Strive for 750 likes. That's the goal. And I know a lot of people, it looks like a slow night tonight. A lot of people are watching Worlds Collide, which right now is airing live on YouTube. So hopefully you all that are watching Worlds Collide, you come on over here as soon as it's over. And please make sure you guys go check out all of the content on the channel. There's plenty of it. Like I said, we were live from Monday, Raw, Tuesday Night Titans, Wednesday's Dynamite, which was a great discussion between me and Jesse. Even uploaded some videos during the day this week. Go and check all that stuff out. All on the homepage. Never miss anything. Uploaded right here on Off the Script. Why aren't I watching AAA? Because I have a fucking job to do. That's why. I will watch it after I'm done. Not that anything major is going to happen there outside of Dominic Mysterio versus Vikingo. I have a job to do. This is my livelihood. This is my career. I am here where I'm supposed to be. I'm not missing my stream to go watch fucking AAA. SmackDown. Start the show off with Lesnar. Corey Graves and Michael Cole were not on the call tonight. We got the NXT team of Vic Joseph and Booker T. I didn't really pay attention to them. I tried to pay as little attention to them as humanly possible. But for one night, it was fine. I look very much forward to seeing Michael Cole and Corey Graves next week on Friday night. Fans chanted, "You suck," at Brock Lesnar. After his music stopped, he shot some guy in the crowd a nasty look, which, if I was that guy, if I was to make a bet, that guy shit his pants before he could say anything. R-Truth sang his way to the ring before Lesnar could say anything. I knew where this was going almost immediately. Getting an explanation? Yeah, right. Maybe next week. R-Truth entered the ring and said, "What's up?" Lesnar told him, "Man, shut up." Truth says he was going to go a different route and be the first WWE superstar to say, "Brock, welcome back." Lesnar laughed. Lesnar smiled. He said he used to be scared of Brock Lesnar, but he isn't any longer. Lesnar then said, Whoa. I don't even know who you are." He said he better have a damn good reason for coming out here. Truth then said Cena is both his childhood hero and his older brother. Lesnar then asked R-Truth, "How old are you? And what is your name?" R-Truth said, R-Truth. Not Ron Killings, R-Truth. Lesnar then cut Truth off and said, he was there for one thing, John Cena. He asked if he knows where Cena is. R-Truth said, "No, I don't." Lesnar asked, "Then why are you in my ring right now?" Lesnar then asked if Cena is his brother. Truth said, "He's my older brother." R-Truth is actually older than John Cena. Truth said, "My name is Ron Cena." Fans chanted, "Ron Cena." Lesnar asked again if he knows where John Cena is. Truth says he did not. Lesnar asked him why he was out there. Truth says he is there to stop the disrespect. He said Cena is built differently now. He says he went crazy this year. He made a little kid cry. He said Cena won't be running from the beast. He'll be feeding on them. Lesnar asked Truth again if Truth is John Cena's brother. He says they have the same father. Lesnar asked if he knows he's missing a tooth. He then gave him an F5, and the fans booed. Now, the most important part of the segment happened after the F5. Apparently, Lesnar tore his jeans when he did the F5. There was a big tear in the back, right across right down his right leg, exposing his blue Hanes underwear. He slightly twerked, showed off his buttocks. He got out of the ring, wiggled and danced a little bit before he did. He then looks at Stu, the camera guy, and says, "Fucking hell, Stu, I tore my jeans." And that was the segment. We flew Brock Lesnar to Norfolk, Virginia to get into a back and forth with R-Truth, asking who R-Truth is, why he's out there, and is John Cena really your brother? I don't know who booked this segment, produced this segment, wrote this segment, but this was fucking awful. This was legitimately fucking awful. I laughed at no point during this segment. I actually was more aggravated than anything because I came for one thing and one thing only, and that was a fucking explanation. And we did not get it. You'll get the fake reactors. Oh, man, that's so funny. That's so funny, man. Laughing at stuff that's not funny. Nothing about this is funny. We came for an explanation. We didn't get it. We now have one more SmackDown, and Lesnar will appear next Friday on the 19th. You know who's not going to be there? John Cena. Because last week in Chicago was his final SmackDown ever. This shit sucks. Every bit of this sucks. R-Truth is back to being everything that he didn't want to be. All because John Cena now has turned babyface. Now that gives R-Truth the green light to go be idiotic, unfunny R-Truth all over again. Bro, I'm not here for funny. I'm not here for fun and games. I'm not here for jokes and fucking wisecracks and D-level comedy. This is a fucking product creatively that is dying every single week. And you want to give me fucking comedy? Comedy. Lesnar's been away for 2 years for reasons that are very publicly known. Yet you want to send Brock Lesnar out there to do a comedy shtick with R-Truth. What I watched at SummerSlam was not a guy who wants to make wisecracks and jokes. He obliterated John Cena. Lesnar last week didn't look like he was there for fun and games, but this week he's here for fun and games and laughing and twerking and fucking jiggling his ass. Even when this company needs to be serious, they act everything as if it's a joke. This was as low of a television segment that WWE could have done for this match between Cena and Lesnar. Or in WWE all year in general. Awful. We got a $100 super chat from my guy Catch22. Happy September, JD. SmackDown has been so boring, I haven't watched it in 2 weeks. I just watch YouTube clips that interest me. WWE, please give us a freaking story. Why is it too much to ask? I hope everyone is well. Vodka and lemonade tonight. Cheers. Thank you, Catch22. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here. You guys want to get your super chats in? Get them on in. Apparently, according to the chat, the Wyatt 6 have attacked Psycho Clown and Pagano on Worlds Collide tonight. Man, you guys, I tell you, man, I love my chat. I love my community, man. But I tell you, some of you guys are suckers, bro. Some of you guys are suckers. Why is anybody watching that excited to see the Wyatt 6 on AAA? Like, why? On what planet does that make any sense? Do they give you a reason why? There's not even any continuity as to why things happen on these Worlds Collide shows. How is that going to materialize into anything? Or are we just at a point where our pro wrestling and the way we consume pro wrestling in 2025, you guys don't care. You just want a fucking random free-for-all and don't give a fuck why anything happens. Maybe I'm alone on this island, bro. Maybe I'm alone on this island. This is what you want me to stop doing my live stream for, to go watch fucking Wyatt 6 attack AAA pro wrestlers. What the fuck do the Wyatt 6 have to do with anything AAA? And I love how Nick Khan and Triple H said that they're not coming in to change AAA, that they want it to still be the true Lucha Libre experience that AAA is known for. So again, I ask, what the fuck does the Wyatt 6 have to do with AAA? And why are you excited for something that's happening that doesn't have a fucking explanation behind it? You want me to conform to everybody else that doesn't give a fuck about what they're watching. That'd be like one of Negan's guys all of a sudden leaving the Saviors to go work for fucking Rick's group with no explanation. Well, why did that happen? Do you care to fucking tell me? Everybody's out to lunch. You are the same fucking people that criticize AEW for Forbidden Door, yet you guys want me to get excited about the fucking Wyatts showing up on a show that they've never previously had any business on. Do you realize how hypocritical that is? Why would you expect me to fall for some stupid, silly, nonsensical bullshit like that? Be better, bro. Be better. Yet I'm sure there's one of these fake reactors already fucking getting ready for their fucking TikTok clips. Shocked face and all. Wow, the Wyatts! Oh my God! Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was shown telling someone off camera that it means a lot to him that Cena gave him the green light to keep the U.S. title open challenge going. He says that they both traveled the world and their paths never crossed until tonight. He's looking forward to a hell of a match, and he wished him luck. Camera pans over slowly, and we see Rey Fenix. Chat, I got a question. Maybe somebody in WWE could fill me in. Where is Andrade? Did something happen with Andrade? Has Andrade gone missing? Wasn't Andrade and Rey Fenix a tag team? Where are they? We haven't seen them on SmackDown since SummerSlam. Something must have happened. They've been very quiet on the Andrade front. Sami Zayn and Rey Fenix, U.S. Championship match. This was fucking great. Everything about this was great. The only thing I did not like about this is that they had one too many commercials, bro. One too many commercials. We'll start it off at the top. Right before we go into the commercial break, Zayn dodged out of the way as Fenix attempted to dive to the outside. Fenix fainted between the ropes at the last second to stop himself. You know, he does that little silly in between the ropes deal. Kind of swings himself back into the ring. We go into a commercial break. That's commercial break number 1. We come back. Sami Zayn has the advantage here. He delivered a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on Phoenix. He goes for a quick cover, only gets a 2 count. Zayn continued to target Phoenix's shoulders. He's working a submission hold now on the luchador. Found himself taken out by a kick on the apron. Zayn stunned on the apron from the kick. Phoenix soars above the ropes with a tope that took Sami Zayn out. Phoenix took off from the top rope. Big frog splash on Sami Zayn. Only got a 2 count. Zayn attempted a blue thunder bomb, but Phoenix countered him twice in 2 attempts. He then blasted Zayn with a super kick after another fake out in the ropes and another 2 count. Phoenix went back up top. Couldn't connect on the moonsault. Sami Zayn dodged out of the way. Zayn had Phoenix in position for a haluva kick, but Rey Fenix avoided that, countered with a DDT that spiked Sami Zayn right on top of his head. 2 count after the DDT, and we go into another commercial break. This is now the 3rd segment of this match. Phoenix, he goes back up top, looking for another aerial offensive maneuver. Zayn cut him off, put Phoenix on his shoulders. Phoenix countered and hit a beautiful double stomp from the top rope onto a seated Sami Zayn on the top rope. Phoenix then leapt up for his signature moonsault and connected, but Zayn kicked out barely. 2 9/10. In the middle of the ring, both men tried to hit a suplex. Could not. Phoenix was able to escape. He bounced off the ropes for a kick. Zayn hits a blue thunder bomb. This was fucking fantastic. Rey Fenix bounced off the ropes doing a handspring back maneuver. Zayn caught him perfectly off the handspring into a blue thunder bomb and delivered it. And this was one of the closest 3 counts of the entire year. Camera focused right on Sami Zayn's face. He could not believe the referee's hand didn't count 3. Great spot. Crowd is big time into it. Loving everything about it. No boos here tonight for Sami Zayn. Chicago is just a different animal. Zayn managed to catch Phoenix with his exploder suplex in the corner. He had him targeted for the haluva kick. Phoenix recovered, hits a hurricanrana. Instead, he got a near fall out of it. Phoenix has the momentum with a big goodbye amigo kick. He attempted his spin kick in the corner, but Zayn reversed it into another exploder suplex. And then he finally hits the haluva kick. And this is a win for Sami Zayn and the first victory on this United States Open Challenge for Sami Zayn. Hell of a match. Hell of a match. If this is anything like what we got tonight as far as the U.S. Open Challenge, we are in for a fucking treat on Friday night. And this would be a great opportunity for Sami Zayn to pay it forward like John Cena did for him, and for WWE to use the United States Open Challenge. I don't like open challenges. I think they've been done to death in the last few years. I think it's creatively lazy. If WWE can manage to turn this open challenge into a story where we start to see Sami Zayn cracking under the pressure and maybe the wins and the type of matches that he has are beating him down, and he takes an injury into one match and he's got to overcome it. If WWE has the wherewithal and the fucking brain power to tell a story for Sami Zayn in this entire open challenge, it would be much, much better than just having him go out there and having random matches for no reason. Is that too much to ask? Am I being too much there? As a fan, am I asking too much? Or are we just going to willingly have random matches on Friday night, just like every other fucking week, and not have any story? The one thing that this show is missing is story. If you can get a story out of it, why not? This was fantastic. I wish we didn't get that extra commercial break, because I feel like there were one too many commercial breaks in this thing for my liking. Sami Zayn wins. He retains. Ray Phoenix, fucking great. And the U.S. Open Challenge is off to a great start. We got footage from earlier in the day of B-Fab being confronted by Julia and Kiana James. B-Fab said she might have been busy as of late with the Street Profits drama, but she wasn't busy now. This led to a match being made between the two, which was what we got next. On what planet does WWE think that B-Fab is the right opponent for Julia? Before we got to that riveting matchup that I'm sure all of Virginia could not wait to see, we got a video from the Wyatt 6. And I like this because we actually got Bo Dallas speaking on behalf of the Wyatts, not Uncle Howdy. I like that we're seeing more Bo Dallas. We need to see more Bo Dallas. Seriously. Wyndham wasn't in the fucking Fiend suit all the time. He was only in the Fiend suit when it mattered most. When he cut promos, you saw him as Bray. So hopefully that's the same direction now with Bo. He doesn't need to be Uncle Howdy all the time. You're Uncle Howdy when you wrestle. You're Bo Dallas when you speak to me as a human being. A lot of these messages, a lot of their promos, a lot of their vignettes work better when he is Bo Dallas and not Uncle Howdy. So hopefully that is the right direction. Where do the Profits go from here? He asked. He says they tried and tested them in Paris, and they failed. Eric Rowan then stopped Bo and said, the people don't appreciate what they have until it's gone. He says they have a tough choice ahead of them. He said brotherhood is infected, so they can amputate and save themselves or let the disease consume them. Bo says they are not the ones to blame. They said they are just the ones who sowed the seeds, and now they are sprouting horns. Follow the buzzards. This was actually a pretty good vignette. More of this presentation, please. What I don't get is why the Street Profits are teasing a breakup. From what I recall watching this show weekly every Friday night, I didn't see one instance where the Street Profits should even be teasing a breakup. What happened? Is this all a manufactured story because the Wyatt 6 said some cryptic things and they're using that to turn the Street Profits against each other? Was there anything that happened backstage? Did either one of them say anything to each other? Was there a miscommunication in a match where someone got upset and cost a big match for them? I didn't see any of this happen. This entire Street Profits drama is incredibly forced. The Street Profits have been there for so long. To rush a breakup of one of the more colorful tag teams in the entire company is an indictment on fucking not only the creative team, but the Street Profits. You don't got anything better? For a team that's been together for years, you got nothing better for them as far as a breakup? Is this even leading to a breakup, or is this just nothing but smoke and mirrors? They've done everything in this division that one could ask for. Raw Tag Team Champions, World Tag Team Champions, World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, NXT Tag Team Champions. What else is there for them to do? Maybe now is the time to break them up. But if they do break them up, I wonder what happens to Angelo Dawkins when the Street Profits break up, because everybody's going to be all eyes on Montez Ford. And I mean that in no disrespectful way to Angelo Dawkins, because he got himself right And he made himself just as big of a part of the Street Profits as Montez Ford has. They don't work as the Street Profits without Angelo Dawkins. But you can't sit there and tell me that Angelo Dawkins is going to amount to anything more than what he is now in the Street Profits as a single. We all know Montez is probably going to go on to be the Shawn Michaels of this tag team. I just don't understand how we even got here. How did we get to a Street Profits breakup? How did we get to Street Profits drama? I'd love for somebody to fill me in there. It's like WWE is so desperate to tell stories that they're coming up with random stories and none of it even materialized out of anything. They had one tag team match with the Wyatts. And that was after a promo that Bo Dallas cut after he came out of nowhere. And now all of a sudden I'm supposed to believe that the Profits are on the verge of breaking up and their brotherhood is supposedly going to be split. Give me a break, bro. Give me a break. B-Fab entered the ring. I exited the ring, a.k.a. my living room. B-Fab enters the ring. As soon as she got in the ring, Kiana James went after her. Julia then kicked B-Fab off the ring apron out to the floor. Julia and Kiana James double-team B-Fab. Julia then kneed her in the chin with Arrivederci. Michin ran out with a kendo stick to make the save. Every time I mention Julia, I'm going to say, "It's me, Mario." James and Julia retreated after Michin ran out with a kendo stick to make the save. Apparently, the match never took place. It's almost as if WWE read our collective minds. Nobody asked for this, nobody wanted it, and WWE easily obliged. I don't know what needs to be done here, bro, but holy shit, does Jordynne Grace need to get called up immediately to SmackDown, bro? Or Sol Ruca, or Zarya, or Lola Vice, or Jada Parker. Bro, we need women on this brand. Julia goes from working with all those women that I just previously mentioned. Fallon Henley, Stephanie Vaquer. I'll even throw JC Jane in there. And now she's working with Michin and B-Fab. Bro, the Women's United States Championship has revolved itself around Michin since January. Can we move the fuck on? Every time there's a United States Championship situation, who is there to poke her nose into the U.S. title picture? Michin. Look at the level of talent in the women's mid-card for the U.S. title. Chelsea Green sucks. She's great, but WWE has ruined her. Nothing more than a comedy act. Chelsea Green, Michin, and B-Fab. What are we doing, bro? Oh, but at least Julia's on television, JD. Against Michin? Man, I can't wait for someone not to give a fuck about the upcoming match that we're going to get now with Michin and B-Fab teaming up against Julia and Kiana James. That'll show them. United States title, I'm going to put it in the category of the women's tag team titles. Burn it, melt the leather down and the gold plating down and sell it on the black market and have it be a part of somebody's fake jewelry. An absolutely worthless fucking title. Some of the more worthless championships in all the sport. The TNT title in AEW, the Unified Championship in AEW, the Trios Championships in AEW, the soon-to-be women's tag team titles in AEW. That's 4 coming from AEW. And on WWE television, the United States Championship. Women's United States Championship. And the Women's Tag Team Championships. The more titles you have, the less valuable those titles are. How we got so lost with the U.S. title, and yet the Intercontinental Championship, at this point, is the most important title in the entire fucking women's division. You believe that? We got no women's champion on Monday Night Raw, not until September 20th. Becky Lynch is the most important female in the entire division, carrying the most important championship. Tiffany Stratton's got no fucking competition. And the United States Championship on Julia is a fucking waste of time. Tell me when I am telling lies. We got a vignette airing for Aleister Black. He sent a message to Adam Priest. Damian Priest. I'm sorry. How could I tell Priest I apologize, bro. Tell Priest I apologize. I didn't mix him up with the losers on Collision. I'm sorry. Damian Priest. Okay. There's no relation to Adam Priest, right? Okay. No relation to Adam Priest. Damian Priest. He says he thought he poisoned Priest enough. Not with venom, but with doubt. He says he is the sickness and the cure. He told them to live by the code. Violence begets violence, and I shall be its prophet. Kind of sounds like that Dark Father is coming back, huh? I don't know. We'll see. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Women's Championship match. This was actually very good. This was better than their SummerSlam match. By a whole lot. Normally, I sit here and I tell you exactly why Jade Cargill is not ready. Jade Cargill's not ready. I don't think she'll ever be ready. I think Jade Cargill's fake. I think she's an overly manufactured product of the WWE machine. She's not real. There's no charisma there. There's no genuineness there. You see it. It bleeds through your television screens. All the simps see nothing but a beautiful woman wearing very skimpy pro wrestling gear, who then proceeds to portrait herself half naked on Instagram. That's why you like Jade Cargill. She's not ready. She's not ready for the championship. She's not ready for the main event. She's not ready. When she's ready, I will certainly admit to you when I think she's ready. Right now is not that time. No reason to take the belt off of Tiffany Stratton when Tiffany Stratton's still getting the reactions that she's getting, and Tiffany Stratton is probably, right now, out of everybody, the most complete performer in the entire division, outside Bianca Belair. Bell rings. Cargill immediately went for a pump kick. Stratton avoided it. So Jade tried to lift up Tiffany, and she got met with a big-time missile drop kick. No slapping of the thighs on this one, bro. She blasted Jade Cargill with that drop kick. Cargill came back. It's a nice snap power slam on Tiffany Stratton, and she followed up with an attempted suplex. This looked to be a botch. Jade looked to have dropped Tiffany. They called it a counter to the suplex, and it led to a roll-up, with Tiffany trying to get a roll-up on Jade. Only a 2 count. Cargill out of the ring now. Stratton vaults over the top rope with a dive, and we go into a commercial break. We'll come back from the break. Cargill hits a fallaway slam on Tiffany. She goes for another big stinger splash in the corner. Stratton countered and eventually had a spine buster on Cargill. Stratton then tried for a hurricanrana, but Cargill caught her and looked for a powerbomb. Stratton turned that around into a hurricanrana and then hit a double-footed drop kick on Jade. Stratton then goes to the top rope. Beautiful swanton bomb. Man, oh man, has she been watching some Jeff Hardy film. Swanton bomb, beautifully executed. Cargill recovers hits a super kick. The kick sends Stratton to the outside. Stratton attempted a baseball slide, but she got caught up by Cargill, who slammed her against the apron. Back in the ring, Cargill failed to connect on another pump kick, managed to avoid a prettiest moonsault ever. She had Tiffany Stratton on her shoulders, hits a modified Blue Thunder Bomb for a near fall. Stratton hits a nice roll-up into an Alabama Slam, and she looked for another prettiest moonsault ever. Cargill avoided that, hits a pump kick. Both women are down. Cargill and Stratton both recovered and now start throwing bombs at each other on the apron. Cargill looked for a spear. Stratton dodged, which caused Jade to hit the ring post instead. Stratton goes up top. Jade rolls to the outside. She sees an opening. She goes up top. Big time moonsault to the outside. And Jade moves out of the way. Tiffany hit such a high-angled moonsault from the inside of the ring on the top rope to the outside. And she missed, landing on her feet so hard that she propelled herself backwards so hard that she hit the back of her head on the concrete. I thought at that point she was seriously injured. And I got to give Jade some credit here. I think she even thought Tiffany Stratton was fucked up. I hope to God she's all right. I think Jade realized that was a rough fucking landing. She went to go spear Tiffany Stratton. Jade looked like she was about to run full speed ahead to spear Tiffany Stratton into the barricade in the timekeeper's area. Like we haven't seen that spot before. But I think she realized that Tiffany might have been fucked up, and she ran very softly, picking Tiffany Stratton up and propelling her through the timekeeper's barricade, not even with her upper neck and her head. It was almost as if she rammed her through the timekeeper's barricade, her lower back and lower torso instead hitting first and driving her through the barricade. So good call on Jade Cargill for making a great play there in a situation where I even thought Jade thought Tiffany Stratton was fucked up. This led to a double countout. Now, I know some people are probably going to moan and groan about that, but I didn't really care either way. Nia Jax attacked both Jade and Tiffany Stratton after the match. She left both women lying in the middle of the ring, or Jade on the outside and then Tiffany in the middle of the ring. Bro, Nia has to get rid of that Annihilator, bro. That finishing move for Nia Jax is fucking awful. It is so awful looking. You can't even compare this to Yokozuna, bro. Yokozuna legitimately squashed jobbers with this thing, and it looked like the worst move ever. It looked like one of the worst things anybody could possibly endure. Nia's Annihilator is fucking awful. There's no impact. It looks silly. I would just go, Nia should just drop the big leg. Drop the big leg or a big splash. Bronson Reed like off the top rope, something. The Annihilator's got to go, bro. Jack stood tall and laughed as Vic Joseph said Nia Jax showed her dominance again here tonight. Jade has largely been very, very mid as a performer. You can at least look at a Jade Cargill match and say, that looked bad, that looked wrong, she didn't do that right, her selling sucks. Both Jade and Tiffany came out almost with this aura that they had something to prove. What that was, what that is, I don't know. Maybe it was a statement low-key to the WWE creative team. You didn't want to put us on WrestlePalooza. We're going to show you why you should have put us on WrestlePalooza. Tiffany came out. There was just this sense of Tiffany in the ring tonight where she looked crisp. Everything she did was impactful. Jade came out, minus the suplex botch. She looked good. Where has this Jade Cargill been? This was probably the best Jade Cargill match that she's had all year. I don't even remember what she did last year, nor do I care. That's how much of a non-factor she's been. I don't give a fuck. I don't remember Jade Cargill matches. I'm talking about this year and this year only. This was the best Jade Cargill match all year. Much better than their SummerSlam. This is what the SummerSlam match should have been. I don't know why. Crowd was great. Crowd was better than New Jersey. Fucking 10,000 people in Virginia were better than 60,000 people at MetLife Stadium. The outcome was right. I wouldn't have minded if Tiffany won clean, but what do you do with Jade Cargill after that? If Tiffany won clean, we'd probably end up going Jade turning heel, which I think is the direction that we're going in. But it ended in a double countout because WWE doesn't want to beat Jade Cargill yet. Clean again. And WWE, for some reason, still wants Nia Jax involved with the Women's Championship. So I'm pretty confident that we're getting Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax for the Women's Championship. And it's going to end up happening possibly at WrestlePalooza. Maybe. WWE's got two choices. Jade wins the championship by pinning Nia, or Tiffany retains the championship by pinning Nia. But they want Jade involved in the Women's World Championship. But they also don't want Jade Cargill to suffer another loss. Because honestly, where does she go? If not turning heel, where does she go? This was very good. Double count out, 12 minutes. This was better than their SummerSlam match and probably the best Jade Cargill match of 2025.
Oh, but JD doesn't say anything good about Jade Cargill. JD hates women's wrestling, JD from NY 062.
Chelsea Green and Alba Fyre were backstage. Once again, absent is Piper Niven. I don't know where Piper is. Hopefully everything's all right. They approached Nick Aldis. Chelsea Green expressed doubt Charlotte was even injured and said that Nick Aldis is protecting her. Aldis says she was very much injured. Green went on to rant. Aldis said Charlotte and Alexa have to defend their titles next week at NXT Homecoming. But the Secret Hervis could face the winners. Chat, you got to tell me who Charlotte and Alexa Bliss are defending those championships against. Is it anybody of note? Who else is down there? Who are we getting as a tag team challenge to Charlotte and Alexa? Chelsea Green ended up walking away happy. Miz walked up to Aldis. Aldis said he gave Carmelo Hayes what he wanted. Miz assumed it was a tag team title match. Aldis let him believe that's exactly what he promised Carmelo Hayes. Izzy, Dame, and Tatum Paxley. Okay. That's not going to get me to watch NXT Homecoming. We go to Las Vegas via satellite. Very Rodriguez interviewed Rey Mysterio in Las Vegas about his son wrestling for the AAA Mega Championship. Dominic interrupted and dismissed Rey's comments. Dom says he's going to be the first Mysterio to become Mega Champion. He told Rey to come to the ring and wrap the belt around his waist. Rey says if he wins, he will put the title around his waist. Finn Balor then walked in and said the best way for Dom to show he's the best luchador is to go to the ring and win the title alone. Dominic didn't like that. But Dominic has some business agreement with the Americanos. So I'm assuming that the Americanos will be out there assisting Dominic Mysterio tonight against Vikingo. Kathy Kelly interviewed Sami Zayn. He said Phoenix is a great and future champion in WWE. Hayes walked in and called his shot. I got next, he told Sami Zayn. Sami said, all right. Mello, don't miss. Hayes smiled and nodded. Miz approached Hayes and chewed him out for going after a singles title and not the tag team titles. He asked if he has any idea what it takes to be United States champion. Miz told Hayes he needs to guide him. Mello assured Miz he's got it and he won't miss. Yes, the Miz is going to make sure that you do miss. That should be a great match next week. Looking forward to it. Randy Orton. He goes one-on-one with Drew McIntyre. This was the main event of the show. This was good. I didn't really expect Drew McIntyre to lose here, being that he's got a championship match coming up against Cody Rhodes. But I'm glad to see both of these guys back on the show, because with their inclusion on Friday night, the show is ultimately better than without them. Orton will pick it up after the commercial break. He was in control after the break. Big story here was the knee. He favored his knee after a big missed knee drop. Drew kicked his knee and then clipped the knee from behind. Drew put Orton in a figure four leg lock. Orton forced a break and took it to ringside, and we go into another commercial break here in the main event. So McIntyre maintained pressure on the knee with the figure four. Orton struggled, managed to turn it over, reverse the figure four. So all the pressure of the figure four goes to McIntyre. In the middle of the ring, Orton dropped McIntyre with a belly-to-back suplex that sent McIntyre out of the ring. Orton slammed McIntyre against the commentary table like he usually does, but got raked in the eyes as he found himself in the same move that he just gave McIntyre. McIntyre dropped him on the table with the back suplex. McIntyre once again clipped at Orton's knees as we go into yet another commercial break. Everything's a fucking commercial on this show. McIntyre slammed Orton down in the middle of the ring with his knee making contact with the top rope as a result. Orton poked McIntyre in the eye. He regained momentum. He bashed his opponent's head across all four corners. McIntyre tried another figure four, but Orton kicked him aside into the ring post, which sent McIntyre out of the ring. McIntyre got himself back in the ring, but Orton tried to generate some momentum with his signature power slam. Orton looked like he was going to hit the apron DDT. McIntyre scurried to the announce table on the outside. This opened him up 2 consecutive back suplex across the commentary table. We go back in the ring. McIntyre connected with a Claymore kick, but couldn't capitalize. This gave Orton the opportunity to land an RKO out of nowhere. Out of the ring, McIntyre shoved Orton against the apron. He tried to get back in the ring, but this time he did fall victim to the apron DDT by Randy Orton. McIntyre was in position for getting punted by Randy, but the referee got in the way and told him, no, don't do the punt kick. Bro, get the fuck out of the way. This gave McIntyre an opening to hit a final Claymore kick because the referee stopped Randy Orton's momentum of the punt kick. Claymore kick, and he got the win over Randy Orton because he was too busy arguing with the fucking referee. 1, 2, 3, McIntyre wins. Randy Orton needed to lose because McIntyre's challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. So they had to tell a story as to how Randy Orton basically lost due to the referee acting like a fool. It was never going to happen clean. But I'm glad we got a fucking winner here and we didn't get like some weird DQ or a cheat or anything stupid. After the match, McIntyre looked like he was going to finish Orton off with another Claymore kick against the commentary table. But Cody Rhodes, fresh off filming Street Fighter in Australia, ran in for the save. He went after McIntyre with some big offense, big punches. Rhodes hit a Cody cutter on McIntyre, and he asked for a microphone at 9:59 p.m. Rhodes said that the champ was back and that he'd face McIntyre, and I'll see you at WrestlePalooza. And that was the way SmackDown went off the air. Main event was fine for what it was. It accomplished what it needed to accomplish. Cody Rhodes is back. We got McIntyre and Cody now confirmed for WrestlePalooza for the WWE Championship, which should be a fine match. Uber predictable. I can't stand predictable pro wrestling, but it should be a good match. Nobody really thinks that Cody Rhodes is losing the WWE title. But WrestlePalooza is shaping up to be quite the show. You know where I'll be on September 20th. Right here live after WrestlePalooza is over. This was an okay SmackDown with an okay main event with a great United States Championship match for the men and a Brock Lesnar opening segment that did more to drive people's interest away from his match with John Cena than anything. I don't believe on Friday Night SmackDown the most consistent story on television is Mello don't Miz. You believe that? And Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill had a very good women's championship match on TV. Very good TV match. SmackDown is okay tonight. It's an okay show with okay matches. Don't know what else you guys want me to say. Thank you very much for joining me here on this Friday night. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you guys want to support, a couple of ways to do that. Hit the thumbs up. 750 likes is the goal. So if you guys are in the chat and have not hit the thumbs up, please do so. Super chats are open. They will remain open until we are finished completely, so get them on in. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of tonight's review. Let me know what you thought of tonight's SmackDown. And tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/script. In pro wrestling, you always hear about who is going to be in your corner. Some people have managers, some people have tag team partners, some go at it alone. But in real life, when you guys are facing anxiety, stress, or struggles, no matter what it is, relationship struggles, life struggles, it's not about cutting a promo in your bathroom mirror or asking a buddy in the crowd for advice. You need someone trained for that specific fight. That's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp has over 30,000 licensed therapists, and they've been helping people find their match for more than 10 years. They've already worked with more than 5 million people and have a 4.9 rating across 1.7 million reviews. Now, that's a track record any champion could be proud of. It's all done online, which means you can schedule your sessions around your life. No travel, no waiting for your entrance music, just therapy when you need it. And if the first therapist doesn't feel like the right fit, you can tag out and switch to another at no extra cost, absolutely no questions asked. So if you're ready to stop working this match alone and want someone in your corner who knows how to help, it's time to give BetterHelp a try. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners, tonight, get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/script. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/script. Let's get into your super chats, and then I can get the hell out of here. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. JD and OTS, it's Android Friday. Let's go. Yeah. Hardcore Kevin with the $2 super chat. JD, I found your Tinder profile. You did not, because I don't have one. Michelle Moran with a $2 super chat. I bet TKO will make us pay extra to watch WrestleMania 43. Now, all you're going to have to do is sign up for ESPN DTC, bro. $30 a month, and you got pay-per-views, PLEs cheaper than AEW's. Alex from Phoenix with a $4.99. That was by far the worst segment in the Triple H TKO era. I'm assuming you mean the Brock Lesnar R-Truth segment? Yes. One of them for sure. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Who's the worst wrestler, B-Fab or Jade Cargill? I'd actually go B-Fab. Captain Solo also with a $2 super chat. Brock's jeans went into business for themselves. They did. He's going to need a new pair of Wranglers. There's Brock Lesnar. Olivia from Bulgaria. What's up, JD? No MFTs, but show still lacked excitement. Yeah, Solo cut a good promo tonight. Didn't really care for it, but I'm glad that the MFTs have taken a back seat. Michelle with a 2. Will Randy factor in the Cody Drew match next Saturday? I do believe he will. Because I do think that after McIntyre, I think Randy Orton's next for the world title. Boots with a $100 super chat earlier. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you being here. Keith Hobson with a 17 months. $30 for ESPN, and now we are getting that good Saudi blood money. This will be interesting how it turns out. OTS for life. Hey, listen, bro, when that Saudi money hits the bank account, man, WWE, I'm sure, will be making budget cuts the following week after WrestleMania. Can't wait for the public meltdown in 2027 come spring cleaning for WWE. But they just made $500 million by bringing WrestleMania to Saudi Arabia, yet they got to cut 20 talents. Lucas with a $4.99. WrestlePalooza looks awesome. Wish I could say the same for SmackDown. Sidro with 36 months. Ex-wife used to hit me with stringed instruments. If only I known she had a history of violins. I like that one. And what's the main ingredient in pickle bread? Dildo. Well, you guys want Del Rio back, huh? Sidro with a $5 super chat. Starbucks using koalas to study hot drink production. It's called Koala Tea Control. And why is it called a butts of the gun? They're kept in the arsenal. Bro, come TNT on Tuesday when Jason and I talk about WrestleMania in Saudi. I'm coming up with a entire WrestleMania card, bro. I'm gonna come to you with the leaked WrestleMania 43 card in Saudi Arabia. Bryson Kemp with a $4.99. On Tuesday, I saw on SportsCenter that Cody Rhodes will be at WrestlePalooza, so thanks for ruining the surprise, SportsCenter. Also, today is my birthday. Well, first of all, happy birthday, Bryson. Number 2, Triple H already revealed on Pat McAfee show this week that Cody Rhodes will indeed be at WrestlePalooza. Gold Standard with a $5 super chat. AAA show is better than AEW programming recently. WWE's has been AAA a hot product. Yeah, I'll tune into it after I'm done here. I'll put it on in the background. Nothing really happens on that. The only thing of importance is right now you guys are saying the main event is on. It's basically it. BC King with a $20 super chat. You want to know why Brock Lesnar attacked Cena? I'll tell you why. It's quite simple, actually. You see, it's commercial. Tactical Dish Sub with a $20 super chat. It's all about the bottom line because TKO said so. Basically. Hollywood guy with a $2 super chat.
But JD, Tony Khan's Booker of the Year, JD.
Yeah, no. No, he's not. Mustang Devin with a $1.99. JD from NY is greater than WWE and AEW. Riley Acree with a $4.99. Rumor is they're going to ask for Hulk Hogan next. And sadly, knowing them, I might not be joking. Or I guarantee you Hulk Hogan's on the list of talent they want at WrestleMania 43. Catch 22, thank you for the $100 super chat, brother. Appreciate you being here. As always, you guys are awesome. Richard Cohn with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, only 4 matches and 87 commercials. My wife and I counted them. Boring. It's getting as bad as AEW. I don't want to see Solo fight Sammy again. Neither do I, bro. Neither do I. Cornell Bryant with a $1.99. JD is cooking his chat. I gotta be honest, man. Everybody's popping for this AAA show, and the Wyatts showing up on the AAA show like that's something fucking exciting. What does that mean? The Cake with a 43 months. Is it too much to ask for a Candice LeRae versus Julia match? Candice facing either Julia or Tiffany could solve all of their problems. Bro, I don't even think they realize Candice LeRae exists, bro. After that ladder spot, man, she's been off television. Cornell with a $1.99. So they replace Cross with Bo, huh? Bro, I have a feeling that the righteous are going to come on in and find themselves integrated into this storyline. Just a hunch. Ethan Nelson with a $4.99. The Street Profits breakup was teased in both their backstage segments at SummerSlam. Yeah, nobody remembers that, bro. Nobody remembers that. And nothing was done there that would have anybody contemplating a Street Profits breakup. Nobody. Jorge with a $5 super chat.
But JD from NY 90210.
Thanks for your consistent presence in the IWC. You are appreciated. Thank you, Jorge. Appreciate you, brother. Michael Krause, $2 super chat. What year did you start live streaming WWE and AEW? Probably during the pandemic. Probably during the pandemic around 2020. Going into 21. Doesn't seem that long ago. Yurka with a new membership. Thank you, Yurka. Yurka comes in with a $2 super chat as well. Love from Latvia. I butchered that twice. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Yurka. Thank you, Yurka. Latvia. Nick Morris with the $2 super chat. JD, have you been enjoying the Mets meltdown? Bro, I haven't looked at my MLB app since the All-Star break. It's over. Are the Mets really melting down? Are the Mets playing that poorly? Is it already over for them? Harpreet with a $6.99. Where do you rank Seth Rollins overall in today's professional wrestling landscape? Is he better than Ospreay and Omega? Is he this generation's Y2J? As far as what exactly? Storytelling? Rollins is a much better storyteller than Will Ospreay and Omega. He's also a much better promo. Rollins is probably the pro wrestler of the year for 2025. Second place would be CM Punk. Cook's Entertainment with a $20 super chat coming to us from New Zealand. They want more eyeballs and cash, but the stories ain't worth a damn. Growth without soul is just noise. Okay, add something to this quote about, man, I wish it was like the 2017-2019 NXT Golden Era. Bro, that era is dead, man. That was the era where Triple H had something to prove to his father-in-law, and he very much did. And then his father-in-law killed it when he seen an opportunity to do so. And then NXT died. Jeremy 2006 with 44 months. Thoughts and prayers to Jerry the King Lawler after his stroke. OTS for life. Thoughts and prayers to the King. Kratos with 58 months. Triple H has been boring outside the opening match. Here's hoping the main event is better than anything after the opening match. OTS for life. Thank you, bro. Random matches happening with no reason behind it, bro. I mean, it's very difficult to even get invested. And $2 from Captain Solo. HBK's back versus Kevin Nash's quads in Saudi. Book it. Yeah. If Kevin Nash wants a payday, bro, everybody's getting one. Everybody's getting one. Thank you guys very much for all of your support. Appreciate you guys very much for hanging out with me on this Friday night. Fridays are very slow and lackadaisical. Hopefully you enjoyed what I brought tonight. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Go check out all the other content on the channel. There is plenty of it. Monday Night Raw, Tuesday Night Titans, Wednesday Night Dynamite, and any extras that I've uploaded during the week. Make sure you guys go check them out. Continue to hit that thumbs up for me, guys. Let's try for 750. I'd love to see that number as close to or hovering around 1,000. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of tonight's festivities on Friday Night SmackDown. I will be back with more content this weekend. We'll try and figure something out. Get you guys a roundup of the news this weekend. And again, thank you for all the support. Hopefully YouTube works tonight so I can get you guys exactly what you need. We'll figure it out. Thank you guys very much for all of your support. I know we'll see you back this weekend with more right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.